What's up? What's up? What's up, y'all? What's going on, man? It is the homie, Mainman Mademan in the building. Y'all know how I get down. We talking boxing. We chilling outside today, family. Good morning, y'all. Or should I say good afternoon? Live 11:30 from the DMV. You know what I'm saying? All day. Hit that thumbs up as you pull up. Thumbs up as you pull up. And don't forget, everybody that catches this live, man, much love to y'all and much love to everyone that catches this on the playback. Hit that thumbs up for the homie. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I see we got some fam already slid through. My main man, Boovie Miles. Look at Boovie Miles. He says, yo, main man. Big salute, homie. Been following since 2017. And when I joined the Army, man, you have always been consistent and a double salute. Man, salute to you too, family. And I really, really, really appreciate that. You know what I mean? Man, it's stuff like that. Those kind of words right there, man, that makes this job worth doing, man, because, to see people that say that they've been rolling with you, they hung in there with you, um, through the channel ups and downs, through the progression, through the evolution of the channel, man, that's all right. You know what I'm saying? That's all right. The worst thing in the world is to get someone that comes through, right? And that's been rocking with you, and then they hear you, they've been around you, and then they hear a video that they don't like, and then they go storming out the door. I can't believe it. Yet you've been here for I don't know how long, and you know how Mainman Mademan is. You know Mainman Mademan calls it unbiased. You know I call it down the middle. You know who I kind of do favor in a certain way, but then people act surprised when you make certain videos in a certain direction. You know what I'm saying? So I just never understood that. There's a lot of folks, I guess, that wanted to come around and change Mainman Mademan. That can never happen. You know what I'm saying? That can never happen. So, Booby Miles, thank you, man. Much love to you. Salute, salute, salute. You know what I'm saying? We're going to talk some real spill today, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Devon, what's up with you, man? Why your boy Gary Russell keep tanking his mouth, but he don't got no fight? Because, man, because we know what it is. And he just exposing uh what boxing do. You know what I'm saying? You can agree or disagree, but he's exposing exactly what goes on in boxing, how your favorite fighter gets protected, how a lot of boxing fans will run around and say that this man is this, that, and the third, and then you got guys like Gary exposing the fact that he ain't fought nobody. Now, if you cool with supporting the spectacle, that's great. That's what's up. I support Tank. You know what I'm saying? Outside these DMV walls, hey man, I'm rocking with Tank. You already, but I'm a DC native, Devon. You know what I mean? So you know which way I'm rolling. But at the end of the day, all he's doing is exposing the fact that, look here, man, y'all giving it all of these props and all of this credit to this man. Yeah, I'm right here, the longest reigning champion in boxing from his town on his networks. You know what I'm saying? And here's a perfect opportunity to show everyone why boxing is the way it is. And that's why he just exposing that, man. Don't get mad at Gary. Don't hate the, you know what I'm saying? You gotta hate the game on that one. He's just exposing it. You know what I mean? But you said, when is he gonna fight? Hey, that's PBC's decision. I don't know what PBC got going on over there. Right now, we focused on Gary Antoine Russell. I'm hearing through the grapevine that Gary Antoine Russell will be back in the ring very, very soon. I'm hearing within the next month or two. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see how that all works out. Ain't had no fight announced right now for Gary, Big Gary, and we still waiting, man. Last we heard was Ray Vargas, 122 champion, moving up to 26, who was going to supposed to be challenging Gary Russell Jr. That's the actual last official news that we've heard based upon Gary Russell Jr. You know what I'm saying? He not. Who has he fought? Okay, well, last I just checked, Jojo Diaz was a world champion, right? Did he not beat Jojo Diaz for Jojo Diaz to move up and get another belt and beat Tevin Farmer, who everybody wanted Gary Russell Jr. to get in there with? Last time I checked, you know what I'm saying? He went up there and took on JoJo with no problem. He put JoJo down easy work. And the reason I know, I was there. You know what I'm saying? Front row, right there. Caught the whole fight. Made a tactical adjustment, which we about to talk about with Deontay Wilder. Made a tactical adjustment. Finished that fight like a real live boxing mind supposed to do. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. Give my man some love this morning. Devon, give my man some love. Tank fought the better fighter than Gary. Who? Pedraza? Who you want to talk about? Gamboa? The little 26 fighters? Who you talking about? The guys because he was moving fighters up from 26 to 30 for so long, I didn't lost track. You know what I'm saying? Who you talking about? Who's the better fighter? That's so leaps and bounds better than what Gary Russell Jr. has been doing. At least Gary been fighting fighters in his own weight class. You got to at least give him that. Tank has been pulling 26 fighters up, coming off losses, inactive, and fighting them for world titles. That's a fact, Jack. That's a fact. If Gary Russell Jr. did something like that, man, boxing would be going crazy. But Tank can pull up a fighter who was inactive for over a year, coming off of a loss, and fight him for a world title. That's boxing politics for you, Devon. And if you can't see through that, brother, I don't know what else to tell you. You know what I'm saying? That's a hookup if I've ever seen one. You know, you did. I'm a big fan of his little brother, and I'm live in VA. Salute to the DMV, Devon. Salute to you. Okay. You like Gary Antoine? Hey man, look, my thing is this, bro. If you don't like one of them, you gotta like. If you don't like that one, you gotta like one of them. You know what I'm saying? Either way, you supporting that family. And I'm sure, Devon, if you was presented with the question of, do you want to see Gary Russell Jr. versus Tank Davis, you say yeah all day. You dig? So that's a fight that we want to see. You know that's a fight big here in the DMV. You know that we got every size arena. You know we got the fan base. We just got finished talking about this in the last video. Floyd Mayweather splashing into this area with new gyms and stuff. Yo, Floyd is investing into the DMV. We got Jaleel Hackett, right? We got Jared Hurd fighting on his undercard tonight. I'm down to see Jared Hurd. Salute to Jared Hurd. Go out there, get that dude did. Wipe out Cuba areas, man. Easy work. But Floyd is investing into this area, man, which I think is a great thing because this is a boxing market, man, like no other. You know what I mean? And Floyd see it, man. He see the dollar signs. They all do. They all do. Trust me when I tell y'all, fight fans. This town is an anomaly. I've been here for years telling y'all this. It's an anomaly for whatever you want to do. Whether you are a musician, whether you are a singer or a rapper or an author or whatever kind of creative thing you into. You know what I'm saying? This town is the it because you got 3 states in one. Your fan base will be right here solidified. Salute, I ain't gonna say salute to him, but Bill Haney had the same exact idea because Devin has fought out here. And when Bill came out here, he says, well, who's claiming the DMV? Nobody claiming the DMV? Oh, we going smack for that town. That's why they went at Gary the way they did. Y'all didn't see the play. The play wasn't Gary. Y'all ain't hip. The play was the DMV. Because Gary comes from the DMV. So embarrassing putting Gary on Front Street like he tried to do. Well, he thought he was going to take Gary out without fighting Gary. And we ain't going like that. Mainman Mademan is right here. You know what I'm talking about? You want this town, you come fight for this town. Simple as that. We ain't going like that. You know what I'm saying? Is JoJo better than Leo? I'd arguably say if you put them in a fight today, it's a 50-50 fight. It's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? But look what he had to do for Leo, though. He had to go up in weight first and then come back down in weight to fight Leo. That's what make it all look so janky. Ain't none of this shit on even playing fields, bro. I got Gary fighting on even playing fields each and every time. But we getting way off topic, and I know y'all want to talk about Bomb Squad, y'all. Jaquavius on deck. What's up with you, man? Gary been talking, but still hasn't fought. Hey, he can't book his own fights. Man can't book his own fights. That's PBC's job. That's their issue. Why aren't they giving the fights to Gary? Gary is supposed to be much bigger than what he is. You can take a star like Earl Spence because he got Texas behind him, right? And Texas is a humongous state. And of course, Earl goes first before everyone because he has the big state. Well, what about Gary? Gary got a tri-state. If y'all will promote this area and promote Gary to this area nonstop, do you know you would have a star on your hands just as much? His performances do all the talking. But they ain't never thought that way. They ain't never thought, let's focus squarely on Gary and moving him around the DMV all the time, constantly. Let's put him on TV out there. Let's keep him on TV out there. Floyd see that MGM Grand over here at the National Harbor, and he wants to splash in it and take it over like he did in Vegas. And they trying to do all of this by moving the Russells. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing it. Leo finish, says Jaquavius, all day. All day. All I know is he's still a world champion. And you really want to bring up Leo Santa Cruz's name on a Gary Russell Jr. subject? I don't think that's the smart way to go, fam. Leo Santa Cruz is the biggest duck in boxing. Duck nuts. You know what I'm saying? That dude, that's all he do is duck. You know what I mean? Like, how you a WBA super champion right now and you ain't in front of every camera that listens saying you want to face Gary Russell Jr.? Who else is there for you to fight at 26, Leo? There is no one else. Beat the man that beat you back in the day. I don't get it. What Leo doing? Leo done got that Tank money and now he done went straight silent on us. And I see Abner Martinez coming back. What's up with that? They're going to try to do Abner Martinez versus Leo and keep Gary in the cold. Why Abner Martinez ain't mentioning Gary Russell Jr.? Riddle me that. Abner Martinez talking about coming back. All right, you want your soft touch. Cool. But after that, where you think you're going to go? You going to go to Tank? Because they tried to do Tank and Abner Martinez before Abner went out with his injury. Right? Remember that before he injured his eye, they wanted Tank and Abner Martinez. So Abner Martinez is back on the scene now. What's up with him? What's goody? Nobody ain't talking about Gary around this jump. I don't understand it, man. Y'all gonna stop treating the DMV like this, man. Y'all gonna stop treating DC like this. See, look, man, I'm gonna tell y'all like this. And this is to my DMV fam. And I don't care outside the borders how y'all feel about this. We always know where we at up in here, man. Y'all better stop playing stupid around here. DC, Maryland, and Virginia's always had a hard time. Because why? We fear to a certain degree outside these borders. We take over shit. They trying to keep us down. Y'all don't see what's going on out here? When anything come to the DC area or the DMV area, if you ain't on some lay down shit, dog, they just not even trying to give you no shine. And they want to come and take the town without shining on the people that's in the town, like what's going on in my town right now. We used to call this junk Chocolate City. What's going on now? What? They moving us out, and they moving them in. It's getting to the point now where if you're driving around the city now blasting go-go music, our music that we originated here, they looking at you funny now. Like, what, can you turn your music down, sir? Man, you don't get the fuck out my face, shawty. I'm blasting all this. Groovers, Essence, Junkyard, all that. They looking at us crazy now because they trying to take this damn town and move us out. We know what's going on around here. And it's the same way in the fight game. And it's the same way in sports in general. Our stars, our athletes. We got to go somewhere else and get hot. Because they make it so hard to do it when you want to do it here. Shit is crazy, bro. Y'all better get hip to what's going on. Let's get to the subject at hand, though, shall we? I want to talk about my main man, Bomb Squad, for a minute. Bombs, let me take this one right here, though. Hold on. I want to see Tank and Gary, but Gary can't fight one time a year, have no fan base, and cry for a Tank fight. Gary said he was going to move up and get the 130-pound WBC title and have it. Bro, Gary, about 3 or 4, what? I say about 4 or 5 months ago, right? He was the hottest topic in boxing. He made himself hot. That PBC didn't do that. When him and Devin Haney was going back and forth and it was kicking up all that dust, PBC didn't do that. That was Gary making himself hot, or putting himself into a situation. Well, why didn't PBC capitalize? Why didn't they capitalize off that? Why didn't they sit back and say, you know what, man? You know what? Why didn't they sit back and say, you know what, man? This thing is hot right now. We need to invest into this. Let's put this on the forefront. They didn't even think about it. They didn't even think about it. And Devin Haney got a relationship with Floyd. So what the hell? I mean, Gary got himself blazing hot at that point. And you saying that he got to do something and all of this stuff. Bro, he was the hottest topic in boxing for weeks. So they just don't want to be in the, I don't know, bro. But at the end of the day, we ain't going like that out here, man. I'm not going like that. You know what I'm saying? El Foul Player, salute to you, fam. He say, yo, man, rest in peace to Chuck Brown, man. Rest in peace to Chuck Brown, man. Rest in peace to Chuck Brown. I still blast my Chuck to this day. Man, look, man, at once upon a time, bro, every Wednesday night at the Legend, every Wednesday, never missed a Wednesday. I was in there every night till it started getting stupid in there, of course, but every night, seeing Chuck every week. Rest in peace to Chuck Brown. And we gonna still blast out Chuck around here, you know what I'm saying? That's how we looking at it, man. It's our town, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna always be our town. They done tore down my 2 hoods. They done tore them all down. They doing gentrification. They done moved all the people out to Maryland, bro. Man, it breaks my heart. I got a couple bricks, though. I took a couple bricks from some of my old houses around the way back when I grew up, and I stashed me a couple bricks, you know what I'm saying? I mean brick, like real bricks you build a house with, too, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, people talked about making a fight with Bud at 147 and Gary, and then Gary versus Devin or Tank. He was on fire during that time. And then I forgot about the Crawford thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the Crawford thing was right there. Man, Gary was on fire. They ain't even go near it, man. Yeah, man. Oh, okay. Oh, you was on that side. Okay, old file. You used to live in walking distance from H2O over there off New York Ave. Oh, okay. That's what it is, bro. You in a heart then. You know exactly what I'm talking about, fam. You know exactly what I'm talking about. But let's get to this good, man. The thing is, y'all, I want to talk Deontay Wilder's tactics. You know what I'm saying? Let's get away from the crap talk for a little bit. I want to talk about suits, waters, whatever the crazy. There's a zillion channels covering that. Right here, we're going to talk in the ring. Tactics. What is my man working on? What has changed? What has he enhanced his game with? That's what we want to know going into this Tyson Fury fight. The thing is this. Let's start with Mark Breland. Now, we know Malik Scot is the new head trainer of Deontay Wilder. I got some of y'all out there hitting me up like, yo, main man, he's a yes man. He's not going to teach Deontay Wilder anything. Deontay Wilder's not going to be that receptive to him. You know what I mean? And then I got the other half who I agree with. They got good chemistry together. They have a good friendship with each other. They have trust amongst one another, which is worth more than gold in a trainer-fighter relationship. Trust. That is the goal. He has trust in listening to Malik Scot, which we will be playing some audio clips. Listening to Malik Scot and the tutelage that he's spitting out there, they have been working on adjustments. They have been working on some new things. And I'll leave it up to you to be the judge, to the fans, to be the judge of whether or not Malik, what he is saying is right or wrong, or is this the right direction to go in. I'll leave it up to y'all to be the judge. Of course, I'll give my opinion on it, but we'll leave it up to Malik Scot. Now, I'll lead into this and say, yo, man, for everybody about the Mark Breland thing, one thing that Malik Scot hit on in his PBC interview that went down last, Thursday or Wednesday? Last Thursday over there on the PBC podcast. He says that, yo, man, everybody now has something to say about Breland. But when Breland was in the camp and everyone was looking at Deontay Wilder's performance, what was everybody calling him? A one-trick pony, right? He needs more to his game. Mark Breland, he's not listening to Mark Breland. So now when Mark Breland gets dismissed, now everyone's in an uproar and say, oh, he got a yes man, and boom, 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 boom. When Mark Breland was quiet as a church mouse in the corner, you didn't see Mark Breland when Deontay Wilder was in trouble, trying to reach Deontay Wilder, get through all of that dizziness and all of that fog in his head. Let me reach you, bro. Let me reach you. I got to get to you. You didn't see Breland doing that. You seen Breland like this with the water. Wilder, you got, Wilder, you all right, Wilder? All right, you good? Okay. Just keep working the jab. I got Wilder bleeding out the ear. My man looking despair. He looking lost. He like, what the hell is going on? I'm lost. Somebody reach me. Somebody pull me out of this dark place because here I am going into the 5th round and I'm tired. My legs are gone. Things are spinning. Mark, what the hell? Just drink some more water. Just drink some more water, Deontay. All right. And, yeah, just keep flipping the jab. That ain't how you reach a fighter at that crisis moment. That ain't how you get to your fighter to say, you hear me, man? Do you hear me? You about to lose it all. Do you hear me? Shake his ass. That ain't what Breland does. So it makes you go, if Breland can't reach Deontay Wilder in those crisis moments, what the hell is he there for again? Riddle me that. I'm not even getting into the conspiracy stuff. Let's leave the Kronk Gym out of this. Let's leave waters and suits and shit out of this, right? Let's just deal with Breland on his own merits and what he taught Deontay Wilder. And the answer is a right hand and a decent jab, but that took a long time and we ain't seen much since. Yeah, I get it. Deontay Wilder picked up boxing late, but he could have a little bit more added to his game by this point in his career. How long has he been a champion? You feel me? I got Supreme Beast Boxing Talk on deck. What's up to the fam, man? Salute to that homie right there, man. Salute to the homie, man. BSing on the Beltway. Y'all check out the fam. That's DMV fam all day. What's up with you, man? What's up? You already know. Talking is real spill. You already know. So, so when it comes to Breland, y'all, we got to just accept the fact that even if you don't want to get into the dark side, he still ain't taught the man nothing. You dig? So let's listen to now Malik Scot in his PBC podcast interview of what they've been working on. And I got the speaker tuned up. If anybody have any audio issues, if it's too loud, if it's too low, please let me know in the comment section. So we're going to start from Malik Scot right here.
I was thinking about something. So you were at both camps for both Fury fights. How did the two camps compare? Were they similar or were there differences in those camps?
They were similar, but not too far off, Because one thing, even me and Jay, because me and Jay has always went over game plans together, has always brain checked each other on game plans and stuff like that. So the first fight and the second fight training camps, they was very much similar. Nothing too much really changed as far as what we had to do. Because if you think, why would we have changed? Because in my opinion, Deontay was putting the pressure, but he was missing a certain amount of shots per round.
I'm gonna stop right there. He said from the first training camp, and hopefully y'all can hear everything, y'all. From the first training camp to the second training camp, they didn't do much changes. Now, we knew that Deontay Wilder have to add adjustments. Now, y'all know what I'm a fan of. I don't want him taking his whole style and turning into Muhammad Ali. That ain't what we want. Little, small adjustments here and there, here and there, here and there. If this ain't working, that ain't working. Now, remember, in the first fight, Wilder technically didn't lose. It was a draw. So they may have felt like, yo, we did okay. But there's clearly a couple things that was missing. The number one thing that we all know that was missing was the body work, right? He started off with that jab to the stomach that was working for him early on in that first fight, and then he kind of got away from it. Second fight, never got a chance to really establish it in a proper fashion because he was pushed back on his heels. So they say, yo, man, a little bit, just a little bit we added on for the second fight. And that was the right way to go. Let's listen to what Malik talking about.
Wasn't going to the body enough. So if anything, tactical adjustments was made that was taken into the second fight.
Yes.
But then in the second fight, Deontay was dealing with just so many issues. And I'm not even going to get into the issues he was dealing with. And that wasn't Deontay Wilder in that ring.
So he's not making it a tactical thing as to the reason that they lost that second fight. He's saying that we did some tactical adjustments. We liked the fact that Deontay Wilder was aggressive in the first fight. We just thought he got away from the body work a little bit more. So we kept him right there, added a little bit more. Now, the reason it didn't all work out so well is because Deontay Wilder was dealing with issues going into that fight. That is night and day from gloves and yada, yada, yada. He says that Deontay Wilder was dealing with issues going into that fight. Remember some of the issues, not the crazy stuff, but the distrust between Mark Breland and Deontay Wilder. But people don't understand, because I've been paying attention. Wilder has put stuff out there before about Mark Breland. And I'm not getting into his personal issues, about some of the issues that he got out there. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder's been dealing with distrust issues. Whoa, shit. Bitch ass. I'm gonna stomp his ass out, man. Get your ass out. I see the cicada just, hey, they be pissing on you too, Joe. Bitch ass. But anyway, damn, where was I at? He done messed me all up, man. Yeah, stay your ass down too. You know what I'm saying? Like I was saying, man, like in the Mark Breland thing, he was a lot of distrust going into that second fight. You know what I'm saying? So those were maybe some of the out of the ring issues that he was dealing with. Y'all know my opinion on it. Wifey too close to training camp. Wifey up under him a little too much for my liking. Word then got back to me that they was on some trying to promote her and her brand. I get it. I totally understand. It don't mix. I don't care who you think you are. I don't care who you, just, it works for me. It relaxes me. It makes me a better fighter. I don't want to hear none of that. There were some issues going into this second fight. Clearly stated by Malik Scot. Whatever those issues were, and this is prior to the fight. Keep pushing.
And that's why I'm so confident that he's about to be two-time heavyweight champion of the world. Because once again, I'm the closest eye to him. I'm knowing exactly what he's going through, how he's feeling, the fire that he's willing to walk through, though, because it's the responsibility as a real man and as a real fighter. But that wasn't him in the ring. If that was Deontay Wilder in that ring and gave it was extremely on point, extremely focused, wasn't feeling bad, wasn't going through all the other things that was happening during that fight, and he still lost like that.
If that was Deontay Wilder and he wasn't feeling bad and all of the other things that he was going through prior to that fight. Those are the words of Malik Scot, not Mainman Mademan. What other things? What are all of these things that were surrounding Deontay Wilder, keeping him unfocused going into that fight? This is prior to a glove. This is prior to not one video being made about a glove. This is prior to, what's that kid named Pharaoh, turning the boxing world upside down. This is Malik Scot saying prior to the fight, he was dealing with issues surrounding him. So he's saying that this time around, he's isolated. He's away from everybody. He got his own gym in his backyard. He got his rehab center in his backyard, the whole nine. So all of these distractions are cut out now. But he says going into that second fight, the man had a lot going on around him. And clearly he don't want to get but so much into it. And I don't blame him, because there's cats out here just waiting on the right sentence to put into a video. So I understand what he's saying. And keep that G14 classified. Let us all continue to speculate. I'm good with that. But at the end of the day, he says that Wilder was dealing with a lot going into that fight. And I'll leave it at that. And I'm good with that answer. It was a smart answer from Malik Scot. Let's keep on pushing.
I wouldn't feel as confident as I feel right now, but I know that wasn't Deontay, and I know his capabilities. He got one of the strongest minds. Forget boxers. He got one of the strongest minds of any individual I've ever been around. You get what I'm saying?
That's just that. I like Malik Scot and all that, but that's kiss ass talk right there. 1 minute you say he was dealing with all of these issues and this has affected his performance, and on the next hand, the very next sentence, oh well, he's the strongest mind I've ever met in life. There's no other human that ever walked the earth that has a stronger mind than Deontay Wilder. Whatever, cuz. Whatever. Let's keep it pushing.
I'm trying to say that wasn't my brother in that ring that night, and that's what we're going to do. We're going to correct the wrong and become two-time heavyweight champions.
I like that.
We're already correcting the wrong.
There you go.
You know what I mean? All this, the little clips people been seeing, I am not saying this just to say this, guys. That shit is light.
Hold on.
The stuff he's really doing.
Malik Scot says we're already correcting the wrong. And when he says that we correcting the wrong, he didn't say that we correcting the wrong on y'all, on the dark side talk. He says that we are correcting the wrong. Just look at the training footage. Look at what we've been working on. That's how we correcting the wrong. See, this is why my theory, I think I'm right on point with this. And I'm right there. Maybe I shouldn't be speaking much on it as far as for the fighter's image. But at the end of the day, I think that they are taking Glovegate and all of the crackpots that roll with this, and they're using y'all all the way to the bank. Ching, ching. That man, the trainer, he's talking about tactics in the ring. He's talking about the wrongs that we trying to right are in the ring. Of course, they're going to have all their eyes on Tyson Fury and yada, yada, yada. But he's talking about what I need to do to make him change in the ring. Now, that's where I need him to be. That's why I need that team to be. Right there. Right there. Keep on going, Malik. We like what you're saying. Keep going.
Doing the stuff that we do not show, that's all pre-camp stuff. That's all pre-camp stuff. Obviously.
He say this is pre-camp stuff. He say, look, man, that head movement that y'all done seen us working on, bing, bing, bing. Me pushing him backwards, bing, bing, bing. Him ducking under hooks that we're going to get to next. Well, this is all pre-camp stuff that we've been working on for months. Remember how long Wilder's been out of the ring. He says, look, man, that stuff you see on video, that's just light work. There's much more to it that we ain't showing. You know, in those training videos, you don't see Wilder throwing that jab to the body much. You don't see Wilder focusing too much down top. What you do see them showing is his upper body movement that he's worked on and his head movement that he's worked on. His ability to stay in front of Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury likes to move. You see all of these things that he's been working on, but he says there's a lot more to the game. Let's see. Let's get to it.
You know, you can see the improvement and stuff like that. That's just pre-camp stuff. The stuff he's really doing, I can't wait for y'all to see next month. Man, it's going to be a beautiful thing, man. It's going to be a beautiful thing.
We can't wait either.
Facts.
You mentioned that you're a film junkie, and we sort of seen it. I've seen it on your IG and so forth. What are you looking for when you study tapes of Fury? Is it habits, or is it something else that you can share with us?
What I'm looking for, not even when I'm watching Fury, when I'm watching any fighters, the first thing I'm looking at is what are it's not even what they what their weaknesses are or their strengths are. It's just what do they do in habits? You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
What do they?
So, listening to Malik Scott, he says when he looks at opponents, he's looking at what's their habits. I've heard somebody use the word patterns. I don't know what trainer I was just recently listening. It could have been him. But he says that I look at a fighter's patterns. I heard a trainer recently say that. Malik Scott says I look at their habits. I don't know if he's saying outside the ring, but I'm guessing he's saying inside the ring. And with like the things that Tyson Fury likes to do, the feinting, the big jab that he likes to let go, his footwork, the things he likes to do, how he likes to get away from the right hand, his defensive moves. That's the reason that Deontay Wilder caught him in that first fight, right? That defensive move that Tyson Fury was doing the entire fight. Deontay Wilder just timed it perfectly in the 12th round. And that was Tyson Fury ducking down under punches. It got him knocked down earlier in the fight, but it got him almost his lights put out at the end of the fight. But that was a movement and pattern that Tyson Fury was doing that entire first fight. And it was just a matter of time before he slowed down just enough for Deontay Wilder to line it up. Now, according to Malik Scott, he says, look, that's what we watch. We watch for patterns and we watch for habits. What does he go to in times when he gets tired? What does he do consistently? You find out information like this from film. You can't find this out from one fight. You can't find this out from 2 fights. You got to go back through Tyson Fury's, 10 fights or more. What is he doing consistently in each and every fight that no matter what, he continues to do? What is it? The irky jerkiness. When does he tie up? These are the things that Malik Scott says that he is watching. I like that. Let's keep it pushing.
They do from their subconscious? What do they do instinctively? And then I could tell on what they do on things that they drill. And that's all I can say about that without giving away too much. There's a lot of fighters that do a lot of things instinctively, and there's a lot of fighters that do a lot of things subconsciously. Then you have fighters that do things because they practice it and they drilled it. Tons and tons.
He says that there are fighters that do things instinctively, and there are fighters that do things as a practice. They do it, as a drill. I think Tyson Fury is an instinctive fighter. When Tyson Fury fought Deontay Wilder that first time around, he was out of the ring for how long? And he ain't really fight nobody to really get him really back into fighting shape. He went back to doing the things that he's always done, instinctively. Let's not forget he covered different trainers and still was kind of doing the same thing. The only time that I've ever seen him really adjust and become a new Fury was under Sugar Hill. It wasn't under Davison. It wasn't under his uncles and his father and all of those other trainers. It was under Sugar Hill. It's the only one that I've seen totally do a transformation on Tyson Fury. But there still was certain things that he did, his movements, his irky-jerky style that he still does each and every fight. Malik Scott watching. I like that. Yeah, they everywhere, fam. Hey, them Jones be pissing on you too, champ. And look, I'm up under a tree right now, right? Bro, every now and again, you'll feel a little sprinkles on you, man. These little Jones getting on my nerves, bro. Between the noise and the pissing on you, and every time you walk somewhere, bro, I had Jones falling on my hat, falling on my face, on my neck, all down your clothes. Hey, they are everywhere, fam. They are everywhere. They are not no joke. You know what I'm saying? What's up with you? Chin Smoke on deck. What's up, fam? I see you, man. What's up with you? What's up with you? Hey, D-Ray, my brother. What's up, man? How you feeling, man? Hope everything good with you, fam. Just talking this real. My man Batman on deck, man. What's up with you, man? Al Heyman controlled PBC, and Floyd put him in a position at 22 to look like Gary Russell Jr. is healthy and ain't been in the ring in a year and a half. What man calls another man about their fighter? We know what it is, bro. We know what it is. My opinion on all that, Gary put Tank out there. Floyd hates it. Floyd hates the fact that Gary pulled back the curtain on Gervonta Tank Davis, and he is embarrassed. You know what I'm saying? And so now, just like they did Tevin Farmer, Tevin calls up Floyd, like, Floyd, we got 7 for Tank over there with the zone. Here go Floyd. I know you ain't talking to me without no shirt on. You ain't even got a shirt on. You want to talk to me? I don't talk to people with no shirt on. I guess Tevin was training or whatever. He had no shirt on. He was trying to talk to Floyd. That's how Floyd carried him. Floyd ain't talk about the merits of the fight, how much money that they can make. Floyd ain't talk about the competitiveness of the fight. He just hated the fact that Tevin exposed Tank. And what happened? Tank went the opposite direction, never speaking on the name Tevin Farmer ever again. Oh, that's just a coincidence, Mainman Mademan, for it to happen twice like that. Just a coincidence. So when Gary do the same thing, I guess he gets thrown out to the side the same way that Tevin did, right? Oh, but y'all don't see this. Oh, we're gonna play blind out here. I understand. Back to what we were talking about. The thing is this. So that Malik Scott is telling everybody we're watching for patterns, we're watching for his habits, we're watching for the things he does each and every time he's in that ring. Let's keep on going.
Tons of times in training camp. And that, to me, is the superior fighter and athlete right there.
Now,
check this
John
out.
Fury, Tyson's father, said he saw the clips of you and Deontay working out, and he was complimentary, but one thing he did say is that he doesn't understand why you're having such a big man dip under blows and so forth. I don't know if you saw that comment, but
having
what
a big man dip
take
under
on that?
blows.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. As far as a big man dipping under hooks, like just listen to how that sounds. Like a tall man shouldn't be able to slide under a hook. It's not like Deontay is trying to be Pernell Whitaker, or we're working on him getting all the way low. But a tall man with 10-ounce gloves on should always just catch a hook or pull back. It's only a few ways to get away from a hook. So you either catch it, which
I'm gonna stop right there. Tyson Fury's father comes out critical of the training footage. He says, why is Malik Scott teaching Deontay Wilder, a man of his height and length, to duck under punches, to duck under hooks? Why? And Malik Scott is saying, and to his defense is, well, Deontay is actually the shorter man in this fight. Tyson Fury is the taller man. Me teaching Deontay Wilder how to duck under hooks, well, he's going into this fight as the shorter fighter. Now, that's something that we ain't normally used to seeing Deontay Wilder do. Let's call it for what it is, fam. When Deontay Wilder blocks punches, he's here. Or he leans back a little bit. That's what he tried to do in the second fight against Tyson Fury. Malik says he's putting in Deontay Wilder to get under punches. To get under punches, under the left hook. Is Deontay Wilder nimble enough, flexible enough, fluid enough to get under punches each and every time? Or is that a lost mission that it's going to take several fights to master? I got my main man 100 grand on deck. The sensei, what's up with you, man? My main man Stormy B man in the building. Everybody that hear the sound of my voice, go check my brother Stormy B man. Glad to see you back on your feet, Stormy. Glad to see you back on your feet, brother. You're all ready, man. Salute the main man Mademan in chat and just showing support. That's right, man. Much love to my brother Stormy B man. Hey, Stormy, man, I know you would have a lot. You would have a lot to say on the tactics of this. How do you feel, Sensei, of a taller fighter of Deontay Wilder's height, ducking under punches, of Deontay Wilder's style, of his style, ducking under punches? Will that take many fights to master? I got a question mark up there about Malik saying that, fam. I think a lot of us wants to see Deontay Wilder's legs strong and him getting out of the way of punches, maybe using his legs a bit better, but maybe that takes a little bit more time. Is the right way to go ducking under punches for 6'6"? Is that the right way to go? And can he keep doing that? In Tyson Fury's case, where the punches are so slow, I think they're slow enough that Deontay Wilder can see him coming. If Tyson throws a left hook and Deontay Wilder can somehow, some way master that skill of getting under that hook and then hitting him to the body, that's something that I would expect more of an Andy Ruiz to type do. I don't know, y'all. That's just something I don't know. And I can't say. If they've had a year to work on that, who knows? It's a small adjustment. It's not nothing that's overly big. It's a minor thing of just bending at the waist, getting up under that punch, and then hitting, giving him something back in return. Tyson's hands are not that fast. It might work. It might work. I don't want to get too critical on it, man. I mean, maybe something. This is the new. We've asked for new adjustments and additions to Deontay Wilder. I didn't see this one coming. I didn't see them teaching him to duck under punches. I didn't see him doing it. I thought that they would teach him to maybe power them legs up, get back, lean back a little more. But then again, maybe that ain't working for him. But he's teaching him to duck up under punches. Let's listen to the Malik Scot a little bit more.
Really, it's a still punch if your glove is on your head. The pressure of a punch is still going to go through with 10-ounce gloves on. Or you could pull back and weave it, the Klitschko style. So I said the Klitschko style because Vladimir and Vitaly is known for pulling back.
Pulling back.
Now,
pulling back.
When Vladimir fought Anthony Joshua and he hurt him with the hook right hand, knocked him down, when he got up, he did nothing but throw left hooks at Joshua.
Right.
What did Joshua do? Slip under the left hook. Real quick, Lennox Lewis fighting Michael Grant.
So he used one example is Anthony Joshua versus Klitschko. And he says that when Klitschko, I guess he said when Klitschko got up, he was throwing nothing but left hooks at Anthony Joshua. And Anthony Joshua started to weave the left hooks. So he's using Anthony Joshua's example against Klitschko. I just think that these are two different fighters, y'all. I could be looking too deep into it. I just think that they're two different fighters. But then again, I guess in Klitschko's case, who was definitely a slow puncher also, who I would think that Joshua could have seen a lot of his punches coming. It worked good against Klitschko, who wasn't that fast of a puncher and a bigger, taller fighter against Anthony Joshua. Tyson Fury is the same thing. Tall, slow, long, taller than Deontay Wilder. It worked for AJ according to Malik Scot. Will it work for Wilder? Stormy says, no, it's called teaching Deontay to be defensively responsible. Something he has forgotten. Looking for the bombs. All fighters need that teaching. It's a new wrinkle that could benefit when aggressive. Oh, so you think that he should teach him to be more defensively responsible, as in what? Using his legs? Or as opposed to ducking under the punches? Or becoming more just absorbing them on the arms? Keeping that high guard up? And I will agree with that, Stormy. And Deontay Wilder is even admitted that himself. I was too focused on delivering this right hand. I was too focused. Oh, man. I was too focused on showing my power. I was too focused on knowing that from rounds 1 to round 12, all I need is a perfect second. Something that the fan base have said over and over and over again. And not for the fighter to say. And he's admitted. That's what I've relied on. You might be right. Mark Breland's show wasn't teaching no defensive responsibility. It seems like Malik Scot is trying. I just don't know if it's the right tactic of teaching Deontay Wilder to duck under punches. Bending at the waist, scooting under punches, doing it consistently, countering off ducking up under that punch. Can Deontay Wilder learn this in one fight? Ricky Alfonso says, yo, Stavern 2. The Stavern 2 performance? It was just power, bro. All I remember from those performances is just sheer, utter power. Not ducking under the punches and all of this stuff. Stavern was a smaller fighter. Of course, he would never do that against a Bermain Stavern. And Malik Scot speaks on this. Matter of fact, let's listen to Malik Scot speak about that, about Bermain Stavern.
Right. He can't just block all those left hooks and keep his hand on the phone. Sometimes you got to catch a hook. There's a time to catch a hook. There's a time to slightly get under a hook as a big man. But I will understand what those guys are saying if we was fighting Bermain Stavern or if we was fighting a short fighter and I had Deontay ducking under hooks. No. We're fighting someone taller than us. We're fighting someone with just as much long arms as us. And anything that we can do to get away from a punch, I have the athlete that can do it all. So they can say, well, it's not like.
I like what he just said. Any way to get out of the way of a punch, which there's many different ways, like we just explained. You can absorb them, block them. You can lean back. You can use your legs to get the hell out the way. You can duck up under punches. And he says that he feels as though he has an athlete that can do all of those. He has the physical attributes to do it. He's in tip-top condition, right? He's not as heavy as most heavyweights, so he maybe can be as nimble as maybe most. He's usually around, 215 to 225. You know, where we had him at 230 in the second fight, somewhere around there, which I think could have been honestly a mistake. But he's saying that I got an athlete that no matter which way we choose to go, I feel like he can do all of these things. I disagree with Malik Scott there. You can be athletic. You can be super duper athletic, but that don't mean that you are skillful. Athleticism and skill are two different things. What you're explaining, Malik, it would take a degree of skill for Deontay Wilder to measure those punches just right, to see those punches coming, to have his timing and reflexes on point, to do some of the things that you want him to do. That takes some skill. That takes some repetition. That takes some execution. We'll see. We'll see. I just think that saying that Deontay Wilder can do this because he's athletic, that ain't what it is. There's a lot of athletic fighters that are not skilled and they get embarrassed when they get into the ring. One comes to mind, Chris Eubank, aka Chris Eustank. Same dude. He always come in chiseled, don't he? He's an Adonis. But what happens when he get in the ring? He shows no skills. He's a joke. He gets in there, try to injure fighters. That's all he do. But it is what it is. Let's keep it pushing. I got DGO on deck, man. The problem with Wilder is his jab, his lack of balance and coordination and lack of combinations, and forget about fighting on the back foot. I could not agree with you more, DGO. I think that those issues that you just outlined right there are the main things. Those are the main things. But like I try to warn y'all, these are just the things that publicly that Malik Scott is talking about. He stated at the beginning of his interview that these were the pre-camp things, and we've been working on this for months. There's a lot to the game that we ain't showing. It could be fighting off the back foot, something we've been asking for a long time. It could be him powering up his legs, and we just don't know how strong his legs really are. I think he has a good jab. I think his jab is okay. It's a little too sometimes measurable. I wish he would put a little bit more pepper on it, like Tyson likes to do now. But it ain't the worst. It ain't the best, but it ain't the worst. You know what I'm saying? And it's more so a measure. Let me touch you. And when I touch you, here come that right hand. We already know what that's about. You know what I'm saying? You already, D-Ray. You already. Stay close and dig to the body. That's what I want to hear more talk from Malik Scott about right there, champ. I want to hear more body work. I want to hear about that. Maybe that's something that he's just not willing to let out the bag, but we know that is a must. The body work, slow Fury ass down. Even in that first fight, if Wilder would have stood with that jab to the body, every time he got close, they tangled up, which they tangle up a lot. I need Wilder on the inside, digging. I don't know who the surprise new trainer for Deontay Wilder is going to be that he says he's adding to his team. I would love to see Derrick James. Oh, Mainman Mademan, what are you talking about? I'd love to see Derrick James, to teach him to dig to the body, to double up on the inside. Keep him downstairs, throw him downstairs hard to the body, teach him how to do it and do it properly. Once again, a lot of these things are going to take more than one fight. But I would love to see Derrick James, you know what I'm saying? I would love to see Derrick James. The chat just skipped up on me. Here we go. Hey, that man say, yo, man, he been training for almost a year and a half, and it should be good. Okay, I hope so, fam. And I agree, he's been out there training for a long time, and hopefully the repetition, hopefully he's been getting some good sparring in, man, and working on these things. Like I said before, am I expecting for him to be a master of these things off the jump? No. But it may be just enough to get past Fury, you know what I'm saying? But let's see what else Malik Scott talking about.
Like, Deontay is going all the way down like we're trying to be extra slick. No. If a hook is coming, it doesn't hurt if you can get under a hook. Why not if you can do it? Yeah. Every time I hear some.
He says we not trying to make Deontay Wilder extra slick. Because that's what people going to try to run away with. That's what John Fury tried to do. He's turning Deontay Wilder into Muhammad Ali. Oh, you can't do that. You can't make him into a boxer. Malik Scott just tried to explain to y'all. We're not turning him into a slick fighter. Just because we're teaching him to duck under punches, don't mean we transforming everything. We just enhancing his game. See, this is the most scariest thing that could have ever happened to Deontay Wilder's opponents. An enhanced version of the man. Something we wanted to see years ago, but clearly Mark Breland wasn't doing it. Clearly JD's wasn't doing it. But someone teaching him more and adding on to his game. That is the most dangerous version of Deontay Wilder. And so, according to Malik Scott, we're not teaching him to be slick because we're teaching him to duck under punches. We're teaching him to move better at the waist. We're teaching him to be more aware on how to be defensively responsible, like Stormy B-Man just said. We're teaching him little things like that. A lot of the media or a lot of his detractors will take this and run with it. Oh, they're changing Deontay Wilder. They're trying to teach him new tricks, so it's too late. It's too late. Little things. And he's been out of the ring for a long time. Yes, sir. Yeah, ducking under is something that it's going to take some skill, bro. It's going to take some skill, man. And I just hope that he get it down, bro. If that's the route they're going to go of ducking under punches, man, I hope that's the way. When fighting fighters of equal height or taller, or taller. And I think that Tyson Fury, we know that he got Deontay Wilder by a few inches, and it looks like he's also got the longer reach also. So maybe they see this as the new adjustment of getting under the punch. You know, the good thing about getting under punches and not using your legs to get out of the way of punches is that you're still in position. That's a great thing. Think about that, fight fans. Imagine Deontay Wilder ducking under a left hook, still in position to land another shot, as opposed to being on the back foot or moving, getting out of the way of punches, but out of position to land a counter shot or to land a big punch. Imagine how dangerous will it make Deontay Wilder to be able to duck under punches and stay in position? Can he do it? I hope so. I hope so. I have never seen him do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So at least if he has done it, he hasn't sustained it over the course of a fight. So we'll see, bro. We'll see. That's all I can say. You know what I'm saying? I got my man 100 grand on deck, fam, on deck, D-Lo 44 Boxing. Everyone that hear the sound of my voice, check out my brother D-Lo 44 Boxing. That is fam right there. Much love to your homie, man. I hope you're cooling out on the weekend, man. You all ready. You know what I'm saying? You all ready. DGO says, yo, man, he always drops his left hand after the jab. He always drops his left hand after the jab. That's why Fury had him with his left hook. Ooh. That's a great observation, DGO. So you saying when he throws the jab, boom, he drops his hand. So if he's going to throw the jab and drop his hand, then ducking under punches may be the best way to do it. They ain't betting on the legs of Deontay Wilder with this tactic. They ain't betting on the legs of Deontay Wilder with this tactic. Maybe they don't trust Deontay Wilder's legs enough. Maybe so. You know what I'm saying? Batman says, yo, when duck under the hook, he can counter. Bro, you took the words right out my mouth. And that's what I'm saying, Batman. Is that a more dangerous version of Deontay Wilder? You know what I'm saying? Ducking under punches and still in position, champ. It remains to be seen if it can be executed, man. But if he drops he got to get them hands up and ducking, man. Like, to be able to duck under punches, still be in position to counter with the right hand, that would be a beautiful tactic. If he can execute it properly. Like I said, y'all got my doubts, and y'all can't blame me for having doubts if he can execute that properly. But I hope so. I'm just gonna say that. I hope so. I think he can do it. Like I said, I've seen him do it. I've seen him duck under punches and deliver that jab to the stomach. I just haven't seen him do it over the course of the fight. I said, we'll see, man. We'll see, dog. I just think if he can master it, though, It's a beautiful thing to have, man. It's a beautiful tool to have in that toolbox. To say, I'm ducking under your punches, and every time you throw that lazy jab out there, I'm up under. Or if you throw that left hook, I'm up under it, and I'm hitting you downstairs. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness. Shorty. That's tactics right there. That's tactics. I would love to see that adjustment and over the course of the fight. D-Lo says, yo, man, I think people can only remember his last performance. Wilder is not a one-trick pony. He just happens to possess one hellified trick. Especially if you go back early in his career when he was really in learning mode, bro. He was doing a lot more to his game, but I do think that he kind of just got complacent more so than anything, and I think it showed. You know, it showed a lot of Wilder's complacency. Definitely to me showed in that second build up in that second fight. And he just like he had it in the bag, bro. And that's the same mistake that fighters like Manny Pacquiao has made against Jeff Horn. These fighters got to understand, bro. The mental warfare, the build up to these fights, you don't know what's real and what's fake. And I didn't like the fact that Wilder, he just seemed like all I got to do is hit him one time and he's gone type shit. Nah, man, you on the elite level now, bro. You got to think beyond that. This is when you getting down to the Furies and the AJs and the Dillian Whites, and if Klitschko was still around, like those type of fighters, you got to go deep into the arsenal. This ain't all of those other dudes, the Staverns and the shit. Y'all know who all the people he fought. This ain't those guys. So you gotta take that game a little deeper. But I feel you, fam. He's more than a one-trick pony, and he's definitely more than a one-trick pony. He has patience. And he has the ability to deliver a rocket. You know what I'm saying? Most Kronk fighters' shortcomings and liabilities were in their aggression. Hearns, Lewis, and Carr usually got caught with their aggression being used against them. Oh, that's a hell of an observation, Storm. You 100% right. They've always used that aggression against them on some Steven Seagal type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that Deontay Wilder did not do to Tyson Fury. In that second fight, use that aggression against them. What Deontay Wilder, I think he wanted to do in the second fight was wait it out, survive, make it to a certain point in the fight where I feel comfortable enough to try to turn this tide. I think that's what was going through his mind in that second fight, as opposed to, well, he's coming at me, he's bringing everything at me. Let me stay defensive for a while. Let me not worry about offense for a couple rounds. Let him blow some steam. This big, this size of a man is not going to last but so much longer. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Use this aggression against him. I like that. I like that, man. I like that. Got some real live boxing minds up in here today. Wilder should put everything that he knows on hold and learn how to box from the back foot. Just a little too late right now, bro. It's a little too late for that, Anthony. I mean, that would be nice, but that would take some time, and that would take several fights. Best example I can give you, Jared Swift Hurd. Look at Jared Hurd. He's taking on Luis Arias tonight. You know what I'm saying? Like, Luis, it's a sparring match, bro. He's going to beat the man. He can, if he ever gets in too much trouble with Luis Arias, he'll just go back to Jared Hurd and wipe him out. So, but this is a touch because Jared Hurd is learning on the job. He's over there with Coach K, and they're trying to learn. You know what I'm saying? So it's going to take a few fights to revamp the whole game plan. And teaching Wilder to box off the back foot, well, it's like you said, bro. Wilder will have to put everything pretty much on hold. He's 30, what is he, 31, 32 years old? It's a good point. Ricky says, yo, at Mainman, I was saying this Laverne 2 fight, he used his athleticism more. I think that he has so much dexterity that he should be moving much more quickly against the bigger and less athletic man. Absolutely. And once again, Ricky, that's to me almost a style change. And according to Malik Scot, they didn't blow up the game plan. They didn't turn him into a different fighter. What they did was just add certain tactics or enhancements to him. You know what I'm saying? And what we are describing as moving more, fighting off the back foot, fighting with the movement, and stand defensively minded. These things are not going to happen in one fight, fam. And we got one fight. July is just a few weeks away. We got to only hope that those things that he's been working on the course of a year, and somewhat, maybe not mastered, but has it down just good enough to get through a Tyson Fury. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I got bang for buck on deck, man. What's up, man? What's up with you? An animal shows its true nature when it's pressed in the corner. Wilder will forget everything he has learned when Fury applies the pressure and go back to his old ways. That's very, very possible. I say the same thing about Jared Hurd all the time. You dig? It's just the nature of a fighter. You put him in a corner, you put him, the walls are closing in, instincts gonna start to kick in, be who you are. It's just the nature of things. You're right. That's only if he allows Tyson Fury to corner him, though. I truly believe that Deontay Wilder hitting Tyson Fury to the body makes a world of difference. And those tie-ups, you get just as dirty as Tyson Fury gets. And you wear him down by any means necessary. And you get him to get that head on the line. It's going to take Deontay Wilder to go forward, to engage with Fury, to wear him down, but mostly to hit him to the body. And keep Fury's hands from staying. Make him drop them hands. Make him drop them hands. When they tying up on the inside, when they throwing 1-2s together and they tussle up, hitting them on the side. That's what Tyson Fury was doing that whole second fight. Between the rabbit punches and the body punches. Nah, she's fine. Between the rabbit punches and the body punches, wearing Deontay Wilder down. And those are the things that Wilder just got to do. You know what I'm saying? D'Lo says, as an observer, I felt Wilder was never there from the opening bell in that last fight. Why does it matter to me at this point? That same why just best to not be there this time. I agree with that, D'Lo. I agree with that. Whatever reason y'all want to say, because there's a million of them out here. Pick your reason. Whatever went wrong with Deontay Wilder prior to the fight. But we don't need that happening no more. Whether you think the dark side happened, fine. Put the checks and balances in place. Whether you think that was on Deontay Wilder and the way he was acting building up to this fight, fine. We know. Put that stuff away, bro. You got the ring in your backyard. You shouldn't even be talking to the public right now. You got a date. Ain't enough to talk about. Glovegate already made this thing baked. You ain't got to sell nothing. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Let me see. Oh, man, we got fam on deck for real. You know what I'm saying? My main man, 100 grand all day, blood boxing on deck. What's up, OG? What's up with you, man? Fury fights tall. Wilder will have to dig to the cage and be ready to mix it up on the inside. Bro, that would be great. Especially during those tussle-ups, man, and all that holding they be doing. Banging them on the sides, throwing a couple uppercuts in there, sneaking a couple. What Fury did, not only did he do that, but he was also sneaking in rabbit punches. And y'all might say, well, man, that's cheating. Psh, that's boxing. You dig? At the end of the day, you got to wear that man down. The inside is key, just like Blood is saying right here. The inside is key. And even Malik Scott has even admitted that. I got La D on deck. What's up, sis? What's going on with you? Good morning to you. Good morning to you too, sis. Hope you're having a cool weekend out there. You know what I'm saying? All of y'all, man. All of y'all. Salute to you all, man. D'Lo says, I may be on an island with this one, but I think fighting smaller may actually help Wilder. I think him fighting tall helps Fury. And see, that's why I think Malik Scott mindset is at right there, D'Lo. I think Malik Scott mindset is I'm teaching him to duck under punches because I feel as though he's not only the better athlete, but he's the smaller man, and he can actually get up under Fury punches. Just don't know how consistent because Fury's a slow puncher. Maybe that's his mindset. I never seen Wilder do it over the course of a fight, and that's what worries me. Fighting small. He's always fought tall. He's always kind of fought long. I don't know what that looks like, fam. I don't know what that looks like. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Let's listen to him, see what else Malik talking about, y'all.
Somebody, my logic with information from so-called experts in boxing is good. So he said, so let's say Peter or Tyson's dad said, or whatever they said about him getting under a hook. But basically the best fighter that comes from their family is slick and moves his head and get under hooks and get back from hooks and everything. So what's wrong with Deontay? Like, you get what I'm trying to say? This shit just doesn't make sense. Like, you get up, it just doesn't make sense because
Is that a fair assessment of Tyson Fury when Malik Scott says, well, I don't understand why Tyson Fury's trainers are tripping off me teaching Deontay Wilder to get under hooks when their best fighter in Tyson Fury, that's exactly what he does at his height and length. And so is that a fair assessment? Because I can't sit here and say that Fury gets up under a lot of punches. Tyson Fury, the way he kind of evades in his defense is more so on the outside. He keeps his hands out, so he keeps a hand in your face one way or another. So when you're trying to come in, he'll take a step back and he'll keep his hands out, and he uses his legs more so. I can't recall much of Tyson Fury like ducking under punches, and when he was trying to do it, it went wrong for him in the first Deontay Wilder fight. Remember, the knockdown in the 6th and the 12th came from Tyson Fury trying to duck under punches. So if he tried to do it against Wilder, it didn't work too well. Remember when Wilder caught him in that 12th round, he caught Tyson Fury when Tyson Fury was like here. And then Tyson Fury tried to back out. And he got caught 2 times. I'm just saying, bro. All it is talking of these 2 tall-ass fighters trying to duck under punches, man. This is just a new one for me right here, dog. And I don't know if that's a real fair assessment that Malik's saying that Tyson Fury do. I see Tyson Fury defensively using his legs and his reach and keeping hands in people's faces and moving at the same time. And then coming back at you doing all of this little irky-jerky stuff. You know what I'm saying? But ducking under punches, if he does, it's sporadic, bro. I don't recall seeing it that often. Maybe I'm tripping, and maybe my observation is off, which is very possible. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know what it is, man. Much love to y'all all, man. Yeah, he definitely does. He definitely does. And Malik is trying to make him fight small. You know what I'm saying? Duck under punches. But once again, if you master it, think about this to all of my boxing heads out there. If Deontay Wilder masters ducking under punches, staying in position for a counter shot, it can work. It can work. Tyson Fury got legs and he does move. He does bounce. But I don't think he can get out of the way of a counter shot. He ain't going to move that damn fast. That punch ain't going to get back in time and him to move before Deontay Wilder can land a good shot. So if he does fight small and he gets under the punch and can counter properly, it's a different tactic. Damn. That's something. That's something, man. That's something. It's a hard call, fam. I know some of us may say it's better for him and some of us say no. Because we ain't never seen Wilder do this over the course of a whole fight. It's new, fam. It's new. It's new. It's new. It's new. It's new. It's new. D-Lo says up, down, AB selects hot types is what I want to see. But against Fury, it's a tall order. It is. It is. That's the Contra code. I still use that. I still be playing Contra, homie, on my little pad or whatever. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, that's exactly what we're gonna see. You know, I want to see a lot of things from Wilder, but it's only, you know, I hope he can execute. Let's see what else Malik Scott talking about.
I could show you fighters, tall fighters, get under hooks. Now the thing is this. Now you have to get under hooks accordingly on who you're fighting. If we're fighting Mainman Mademan, if we're fighting a David Tua, if we're fighting someone short, Deontay is not getting under no hooks because he would have to give up his front line to go down to get under hook. But when tall fighters are fighting tall fighters, I think any defensive tactic, it changed because of the circumstances of the build of the fighter you're fighting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense.
So he's clearly telling us he ain't stupid. He knows if he was going up against a small fighter, a Mainman Mademan, a David Tua, something to that effect, that of course I wouldn't be teaching Deontay Wilder to duck up under punches. But I'm going up against a 6'7", 6'8", or whatever Tyson Fury, 6'9", sloth, if you will. He says his name is Tyson Too Fast Fury, but sloth. And if I can teach Deontay Wilder to get up under them long punches, which ain't easy, and take in mind Deontay Wilder, another risk that he's running, I wish I would have said this earlier. You get up under that punch, and Tyson Fury throws all 360 something pounds or whatever he gonna weigh on fight night on Deontay Wilder's back, which was a tactic that Tyson Fury did a lot of times in the second fight. Hear me, fight fans. Deontay Wilder ducks under the left hook, right? Tyson Fury ties up, lays on his back. What we talking? Will it work? Deontay Wilder gets up under the left hook. He gets up under the jab, looking to counter, but Tyson Fury grabs him beforehand. Ties him up, leans his weight on him. Is that a tactic that Tyson Fury can do? Is that a tactic that Tyson Fury can do? Because we've seen him do it at this point several times in the fight. The second fight, look back. Tyson Fury's main thing from like rounds 3, 4, 5, he was leaning on Deontay Wilder. He was looking for every chance. Every time they would do the 1-2, boom, boom, they tie up, it was Tyson leaning, pushing Deontay Wilder back, trying to lean in everything he had on him, bending Wilder head down, leaning on his back, laying on him, wearing down Deontay Wilder's legs. One of the risks that Deontay Wilder does run of getting under the punch, if he doesn't counter properly, is Tyson Fury tying him up and putting weight on him. Damn. Don't know, y'all. Don't know. I don't know. Don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Davon Mayfield says, yo, Fury got reflexes like a black man. Hell no, he don't. He got head movement. I will give him that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he got reflexes or whatever. I don't know if like a black man, you know what I'm saying? But he definitely ain't got the power like one. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, I mean, he got good reflexes. He got good head movement. I'm not going to take that away from Tyson Fury. That's one of the best parts of his game. His unpredictableness. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where he at. You don't know what's jerky, what he doing. Then he got his hands moving. Then you don't really want him next to you because you don't want him leaning on you. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of levels to Tyson Fury, what he does in that ring, man. It really is, man. It really is, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. He isn't a body puncher. He does it. Hey, Tyrese, he throw a solid jab to the body, though. He throws a solid jab to the body. That's his best body punch. And I just want him to do it and continuously do it. He does it for a round or 2 or 3, and then it's gone. You know what I'm saying? In that first fight, if you go back and look at the first fight, that was the best thing that he was doing early on. It was landing consistently, might I add. He just stopped. He got caught up in head hunting. He got caught up in wanting to deliver the right hand. But when he was touching him low, and he was kind of moving with Fury and still touching him low, making Fury move them hands up and down, I thought that the fight was working in his favor. When he abandoned it, and it would have paid off possibly later on in the fight if he would have stayed there. You're saying he ain't a body puncher, but I'm saying he could throw that jet. He can touch you to the body to set up other things. He can do that, bro. That's if you can't say one body punch that Deontay Wilder can throw. You might can't say he throw a devastating uppercut to the body or a devastating left and right hook, but you can say he throws a spear of a jab from the outside to the body. That's his best body punch. You know what I'm saying? Real spear. Man, just curious. Do you read your comments when you make vids? Absolutely. Yep. I read my comments. I read the emails y'all send me. I get a lot of behind the scenes traffic from the fam, and salute to you all and thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. So I pretty much read anything from the fam. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it's something crazy out there that's just ignorant, I just keep on pushing. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Hit that thumbs up for the homie, man. And subscribe, man. Rock the bells, man. Come on, rock out with Mainman Mademan and the fam. Y'all already know. You already know. Lala says, I hope they build a Mayweather gym in Chicago, man. Sorry, different topic. It's all good, Lala. From what I hear, I was listening to D-Lo video, and D-Lo says that they building one in his area. We know we got one going down out here. We got one going on out here in the Bowie, Maryland area. So Floyd is expanding his brand, and I think that's nothing but good. You know what I'm saying? And I've been telling people for a long time, Lala, that's a business that's just waiting to be taken. See, people always look at these Planet Fitness places and these little cheap little gyms, and everybody wanted to invest into those at once upon a time and like build one on every corner. Boxing gyms are missing. The boxing gyms is going to be where it's at. These kids All of this aggression out here, y'all want somewhere to go. They ain't got. They need these boxing gyms out here. I told y'all, my old elementary school has been turned into a boxing gym. Kenilworth Elementary. They got boxing rings in that gym. You know what I'm saying? And that's all good for the kids. So the more boxing stuff and rings and gyms and stuff like that they build, I think that's all good stuff because it gives all of these kids something to do. Y'all got some beef, y'all got some problems with each other, whatever. Man, this is how y'all gonna handle it, man. Put the guns down. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. Put the guns down and get up in the ring. Show some heart. You know what I'm saying? I think that Wilder will win the rematch, but it won't be easy as people are saying. No, it's not gonna be easy. And I don't want Deontay Wilder to believe that at all. That's why I stay away from the stuff. And I don't want him going. I hate the fact. I would hate the fact he goes into this third fight thinking that the reason I lost was because of breathing and waters and suits and boom, 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 and not nothing that he did and what the Kronk Jim did. That's not the mentality. You know what I'm saying? That's not the mentality. Wilder got to throw that right counter over Fury's jab. That's a good one, but that would be more pull counter. Do you think so? Is that more pull counter you saying, or weave it and then come right behind it? It may be better, like Blood Boxing said a little earlier, fighting tall. It may be better for Wilder to fight tall, to weave the shot, and then try to deliver a counter, but how good is he really at that? He did it real good against Luis Ortiz, though, right? Kind of processed and downloaded. It took him 6 or 7 rounds, but downloaded and processed that shot, weaved that shot, delivered the right hand. But that took 6 or 7 rounds to land. And maybe Malik says, you know what, I can't wait 6 or 7 rounds for Deontay Wilder to weave a shot and deliver it. I got to rather teach him to duck under the shot. I think let me see if he got any more he's talking about.
Hey, listen to this real quick, guys. I am from the cloth of being in Lennox Lewis training camps, Vitaly Klitschko, Vladimir Klitschko, every tall guy, anybody that came through these last 2 decades, I didn't spend time with them. I don't have Deontay Wilder doing nothing that he's not supposed to be doing. That's some shit. That's another narrative that got put out there. You see that? That's how it goes. Something like that get put out there. But why does he have him dunking under a left hook? Because he's a tall fighter fighting a tall fighter that throws leads left hook, and we're not going to catch every left hook to be predictable. So y'all think we're a creature of habit? No, we're going to slide under some hooks. We're going to catch some hooks. We're going to pull back with answering the phone with some hooks. We're going to.
Now we talking. Now we talking. So what Malik is saying right here, I've been in several training camps with other tall fighters. I've sparred them from Lennox Lewis and all of the people he just named. But what's really gold, right, what he just said, what's the gold is that's not all we're going to do. Yeah, I may have him duck under some shots, but that ain't all the shots. He says he doesn't want to become a creature of habit. We don't want to become creatures of habit, fight fans. He spoke earlier about the way that I study opponents for Deontay Wilder is I look for their habits and I look for what they constantly do over and over and over again. What is instinctual and what isn't. And he says that we don't want Deontay Wilder doing the same thing over and over and over again. And they kind of see his habits. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So he's saying that, yeah, we may duck under some shots. Yeah, I am teaching him how to duck under punches, but I'm just adding this on. Am I saying that we're just going to squarely go in there and duck every single shot? No. We're going to catch some on the gloves, but we just can't catch all of them on the gloves. We're going to lean back sometimes, yeah, but I can't do that every single time because guess what? Fury going to know, okay, well, that's what he's doing. I got to do this now. I'm going to bull rush his ass. He's just leaning back. I'm just going to bull rush him and put him on his back feet. Malik is saying, I'm gonna teach him to duck. I'm teaching him to duck under hooks, and y'all looking at me crazy because he's so tall. But I'm just teaching him to do this in coordination with the other things. So yeah, use your legs. Yeah, absorb some of them hooks, but also duck under some. Don't do the same thing over and over again. And I agree with that, bro. That's probably the best sentence I've heard him say this entire interview. Because one of the main things that Wilder went wrong in that second fight, when he got pushed on that back foot, he couldn't move but so much and so far, and most importantly, he had no offense going backwards. He had no offense. He wasn't walking and chewing gum at the same time. He had no offense going backwards like that. So of course we can't do that again. And if we do get back into that situation again, he needs to have something else to go to. It can't be just the legs. It can't be just him leaning back. It can't be just him absorbing punches because he'll get put on his back heels. What happens when he's put on them back heels? He's got to be able to get up under something. He's got to be able to get up under something. So if Malik Scot is saying, we ain't just squarely teaching him to fight short because that will be the narrative. That's what John Fury and them would say. No, we're adding this on so he can do something else if he gets caught in the same situation. The question is, instinctually, will it come to Deontay Wilder to do that in that moment? And I know a lot of y'all may say no. DGO just said it, man. When he get put into a certain situation, we know old Wilder's going to show back up. If he's put in that situation again and he can't get away from the punches, his legs ain't working. Fury's punches are cracking through one way or another. He can't swing off the back foot. He can't plant and swing like he likes to do. He's got to go up under ducking punches and using that pivot. Can he do that in that moment? Shit.
To dip to the left. We're going to feint. We're going to do everything. We're going to do everything with a fighter like that, of that stature, how Tyson Fury is tall and long and lean. And so, that's why I'm so confident that Deontay is about to do this. I'm so confident in my team.
He says he's confident in his teaching. He says that he's confident that Deontay Wilder is going to do this because he felt like he's adding more and more to his game. All right. Okay. I think that's all I pretty much want to play. I don't want to go too much into the rest. After that, it's started the conversation turned to another direction. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna leave it at that. So he's 35. Thanks, Devon. So everything that we just heard from Malik Scot, let's round this up. Malik Scot, tactics-wise, for the third fight, says that I am enhancing and adding new things onto Deontay Wilder's game. He says that he has been studying Tyson Fury for habit and habitual things that he does in the ring. He has been studying Tyson Fury to see what he does instinctually and what's just being done, I guess, added to his game now from the crump, and will he do that in certain moments? He says that I'm teaching and adding things onto Deontay Wilder's game for him to start ducking under punches, as opposed to always being habitual and blocking punches and leaning back all the time, doing one thing to stop punches. He is now giving Deontay Wilder a new tool to get out of the way of punches. He is being ridiculed by the other side as, why are you teaching him that? That doesn't make any sense. Deontay Wilder's how tall? He's been fighting what kind of way? And you want to now teach him to duck under punches? So to answer those critics, Malik Scot says no. And why are y'all criticizing me when you've taught your big 6'9" champion how to duck under punches? That's what he did against Klitschko. So why are you criticizing me? And he's also saying that this is not the only thing that we're going to do. This is just another layer that we've been working on. And so when Deontay Wilder gets put in certain positions, whether it be on the back foot, whether it be up against the ropes, he has to have different tactics to get the hell out of those moments. Most importantly, if Deontay Wilder can master this and get out, duck under punches, and stay in position for counter shots, that can be deadly to a certain degree if executed properly. Like Stormy said, Deontay Wilder has to now become a bit more defensively responsible. You got to work on and I guess create a habit of when you are in certain situations, what are you going to do? You can't rely just on the right hand with a Tyson Fury that's built to absorb punches. This is one thing that got left off the table from a lot of fans in the second fight. Tyson Fury built his body. People look at the weight gain and say, oh, he's a slob. He's built his body to absorb punches. That is a tactic, fight fans. So when you see him gaining weight, when you see him flubbery like, he's going to try to throw some muscle on top of that flubber and be built to absorb. Remember in the second fight, when Deontay Wilder landed his right hand on Tyson Fury ate it like a Scooby snack. Got more? Never seen Tyson Fury respond to Deontay Wilder's punches and just kept coming forward. He was built to absorb. People didn't even see it. You know what I'm saying? People didn't even see it. Much love to the fam, man. Much love to the fam. How long we been going? I know we've been going for a minute, man. We've been going for a minute. Much love to y'all, man. Much love to all of y'all, man. Dillian on deck. I see you, Dillian. What's up with you, man? Just coolin', talking this real spill on this beautiful day. Rumbling with the cicadas. I had to stomp one out a little earlier. You know what I'm saying? But it's all good. It's all good. DGO says, yeah, Fury's IQ is too good. No matter what Wilder brings, Fury will use it against him. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear that, man. I hear that. Thanks, Lala. I appreciate you. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Where are the Tank and Mr. Gary Russell's gym? They out here in the DMV too. You know what I'm saying? They got gyms out here. Don't forget about Barry Hunter. He out here too. We still got headbangers out here too. Don't forget about Sugar Ray's. And I hear word on the curb is that Sugar Ray about to open a new gym also. You know what I'm saying? There's about to be gyms popping up everywhere, man. And I think this is nothing but good. It's good for the kids. Keep them off the street. Give them something to do. Rec centers closing left and right out here. You know what I'm saying? Rec centers ain't no YMCAs no more and all that stuff. These kids need something to do and give them a way to take that aggression off their chest. And they need to put boxing back in schools. Why is that a problem? Why ain't we teaching boxing back in schools? Don't you know boxing is a form of discipline? You know what I'm saying? Teach that stuff in schools, bro. I was hearing over in the UK, to a certain degree, they teaching it in schools now, man. And I remember a couple years ago, believe it or not, bigging up Anthony Joshua for that. It was Anthony Joshua a few years ago that was spearheading the charge of getting boxing put in schools. And he was going around to a lot of different schools in the UK and spreading that message and stuff like that. And I thought that was good. The video still stands on the channel when we highlighted that, y'all. Much love to the fam, man. Much love to you all. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, we got Stay Ready Boxing TV on deck. What's up, Stay Ready? Salute to your homie. Salute to your fam, man. Much love, man. And thank you for dropping on through, man. Much love to you, man. Much love to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Real spill, man. I got love for everybody. Y'all already know it, man. That's what's up, man. Salute to you, Stay Ready, man. Salute to you. Needs to look at some Greco-Roman wrestling. Needs a strong clinch game and pop off after clinches. That's what's, hey. That's a great tactic, bro. Popping off after clinches. I wonder if they've been working on that. That's what Josh, you see it work for Josh Taylor against Jose Ramirez a few weeks ago, right? That's why Josh Taylor knocked down Jose Ramirez, coming up off that clinch, bang, bang. Hey, that's a good point. That is a great point, bro. That is a great tactic, man. Hey, man, I got boxing minds up in here, man. That's what's up, man. That's a great tactic. That's a great tactic, man. Fury got this in the bag. All Fury got to do is to push Wilder on the back foot. And that's something that they got to be prepared for. Well, we'll see. We'll see how powered up the legs are. We'll see if the new ducking under punches defensive tactic works. We'll see if they incorporate more body work. We'll see if they'll give him more incoming fire, if he'll let his hands go a bit more. All these things remains to be seen. Deontay Wilder said to be extremely focused this time around. That matters. You know what I'm saying? That definitely matters. But we'll see. Tyree says, yo, man, Malik doing too much talking. You see Sugar Hill ain't saying shit. Facts. Tyson Fury gone underground. But no, I don't think he's doing too much talking. What I think that Malik is doing is assuring the Wilder Nation that I got this. There were questions about Malik prior to being named the head trainer. And he has to come out and show Deontay Wilder's fan base that I got him. Don't go into despair. Don't think that we ain't been working. Don't think that I ain't got a sharp enough mind to do this job. And he's just, to me, assuring the fans that I can do this job. When he went over there on, when they were over there on 78's channel, I told y'all, man, the beautiful thing about that interview, as opposed to the other one that came out on PBC, was Malik and Wilder showed their chemistry. And they were highly focused on showing Deontay Wilder fans that we got chemistry. And that's worth more than money can buy. When you seen the videos of them coming out on the late night and they dancing and they having a good time, the message that they're trying to relate to the boxing fans is, we good. Y'all ain't got to worry. I remember when I was going off in the last live stream Thursday night, I had one comment pop up and he said, yo, man, cool out. He gonna be okay, bro. And it's like, bro, because we got Malik Scot and we don't know what to expect. And so Malik got to come out and say, yo, man, cats like you, it's cool out. We got this, bro. And let me let you know what we've been working on. I ain't expecting for y'all to just accept me as, the next, greatest trainer of all time. No, I gotta show y'all what I've been doing. So just in case things go wrong, y'all can't sit back and say we wasn't doing nothing. So I like the fact that Malik is coming out and showing the fact, because he needed to quell the nerves of some of us boxing fans and say, what the hell are you bringing to the fight game? Thumbs up, fam. I'm about to shut this down. Thumbs up for the fam, man. I'm about to shut this down. I'm going to get a couple more. Lala says, yo, my opinion, nothing is in the bag for either fighter. It's going to be a difficult fight. I agree. Too much animosity, a lot of bad blood, a lot of emotions in this. And I ain't talking about the dark side stuff, just the simple fact of Deontay Wilder knowing that I extended my hand to you, my man. I treated you as an equal at all times. Just for the knowing that I gave you the relevance of coming back to become the fighter that you've always wanted to be. And for you to then go around and try to cheat me and try to run away from me and get out of this fight, drag my name through the mud. Well, that spirit, that fire, it's going to play out in the ring. And it's going to make the fight even more closer, just knowing that both men really got at least to the public, a disdain for one another. I don't know about privately, but to the public, they got a disdain for one another like that. And to know that Tyson Fury came over here, got book deals, multi-million-dollar fight deals. I mean, the whole nine. Stuff that Deontay Wilder have been trying to get for decades from this country. And Tyson Fury immediately flew over here and got the red carpet treatment. Got the biggest sporting network in the world in ESPN, right? Got over $100 million deal. Book deals. They believe this mental health story and everything like that. He pretty much took a lot of the shine that it took Deontay Wilder a long time to try to get. So I think there's a lot wrapped up in this fight, y'all. And I think we're going to get a damn good fight, just like Lala talking about. You know what I'm saying? Word of the day, what's up with you? What's going on? People forget that Lennox Lewis was not the slickest boxer before Manny Stewart. Improvements can be made. Absolutely. Absolutely. Not to mention Klitschko. Let's not forget who Klitschko was prior to Manuel Stewart as well. So you're 100% right on that, fam. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. Wilder has a mountain of a man to pass. That's why I don't understand why I call Fury a cheat, when no, it's the skills that's lacking. We're going to keep it on the skill level right now. And I'm going to say skill level, Tyson Fury is a skilled heavyweight. He's always been. He's always been a threat to AJ and Deontay Wilder, even before the Wilder fights. I'm well on record saying that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought that his style was dangerous for either man. So Tyson Fury is a skilled heavyweight. But that don't mean that he ain't cut a couple corners either. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that this fight will even remotely resemble the second fight and only vaguely resembles the first fight. I'm leaning more so towards that too, D-Lo. I think we're going to get more first fight than second fight. I think we're going to get more first fight than second fight. I think the fight doesn't heat up to about round 3 or 4. I think Tyson Fury sits back and see what Wilder going to bring new. And I think Wilder going to sit back and see if Tyson Fury going to try to rush him again. And I think for the first 3 rounds, we're going to, or maybe 2, I don't know, we get a chess match before either man start really taking risks. But we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. Are we putting too much stock on Malik? I think so. Time will tell that, Mr. Cheesehead. That comes revealed with time for me. When I get in here and when we see Deontay Wilder's performance, what anything new, if we see anything new, his receptiveness to Malik Scott in that fight, if he puts Tyson Fury in trouble, how does Malik Scott give tutelage to Deontay Wilder to go forward? If Tyson Fury puts Wilder in trouble, how does the tutelage of Malik Scott get Wilder out of that situation? Those things remains to be seen. And to cut him short right now, to say that he can't or can't do that, that's just cutting him short. We got to give him a fair shot. You know what I'm saying? Real spill. Real spill. Much love. D-Ray says, man, we don't need confidence. We need execution. Yes, sir. Much love. Bomb Squad, till this day. Trilogy before Undisputed Truth. You tell it, D-Ray. I couldn't have said that no better. Wilder may not be the most skilled heavyweight of all time, but he is a heavyweight unicorn in the sense that being more skilled won't guarantee an easy win against him. Look at Fury and Wilder won. Couldn't agree with you more, sis. Couldn't agree with you more. He is a unicorn. And who knows? Everything may just line up just right on that night. The moon, the stars, and the quasars. And then the right hand from Hades comes out and ends that fight. Remains to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Remains to be seen. I understand why we call Tyson Fury a cheat, but I think at this point, I wouldn't give that energy. Go beat him, then afterwards see how good it goes when we are on a level playing field. This is the reason why I love the fam right here. We in tune, y'all. I'm right there with you, D-Lo. I'm right there with you, bro. If he want to kick up dust and say, see the difference from that fight to this fight, because we were watching this and we were watching, that's fine. That's fine. After you get into the victory column, whatever, bro. Celebrate and show the world whatever you want. But let's wait until that moment. Let's wait until that moment, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, I just want to see you win, cuz. I just want to see you win, Bomb Squad. And that's real spill. I'm out of here, y'all. It's getting hot back here, man. Much love to y'all all. How long we been going? Like 2 hours up in this joint. You know what I'm saying? We put that work in today. Much love to y'all. This is going to be the only live stream that I do today. I'm not going to do We Talking Boxing later. I got some engagements I got to go take care of. But that's why I wanted to get on here with the family today and kind of lay this down. We will be back. I will probably do like a impromptu episode of We Talking Boxing like tomorrow or something so I can get some of y'all phone calls in. We won't open the phone lines this time around, but we will do it for the next live stream, fam. I'm out here in the back, y'all. Y'all see I'm sweating like crazy. I'm rumbling with the cicadas about this jump. You know, it is what it is, man. This has been a great live stream. We talk tactics for Deontay Wilder going into the Tyson Fury 3 fight. Much love to you all. Most importantly, thank you all for not bringing up a glove nothing, a water nothing, and a suit anything. Much love to y'all, and I really, really appreciate that for the direction of my live stream. You know what I'm saying? So I see y'all soon. Y'all have a blessed day out there, man. Go get something cold to drink, man. Roll up, man. What y'all got? Who cooking on the grill, man? I'm over there. You know what I'm saying? Sit the homie a plate to the side. You know what I'm saying? That's all a brother asks. Much love to y'all, man. And I'm out. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy a blessed day. And tonight, Floyd and Logan, Hulk Hogan Logan. You know what I'm saying? I forgot all about that, man. Can't say I'll do a post fight. If I do, it'll be a surprise. I'll just put it to you like that. Jared Hurd fighting tonight. Now I may cover his fight. Jared Swift Hurd is fighting tonight. I may cover Jared Hurd. If I don't cover it tonight, we'll definitely talk about it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? So enjoy the rest of y'all day. Enjoy the sun, man. I'm out of here, man. And until the next video, y'all. Peace out. Much love.